Welcome. Hi everyone, I'm Peter, and this is Peter Sunday 1 hour Ramble episode. I'm your host Peter, and let's start with the slogan. Learn English, be successful, change your life, open a lot of doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone. Hi everyone, I'm your host Peter. This is Peter's English Podcast, and this is my favorite Peter Sunday 1 hour Ramble episode, and the main goal is the ramble and ramble and ramble and talk and talk and talk about every kind of nonsense for 1 hour because the main goal is simply survive and the second thing is I want to survive and improvise in English because I want to practice real English conversations because as you know practice if you want to speak English fluently, you have to practice everything. And I'm so happy that we can see each other. I mean, uh, Peter, just talk. Don't be shy. You can do this. You can do this as usual. And yes, you can see that I'm a little. Maybe that I'm not in my skin, or I don't know how to tell you, but I had a little uh, problems during this week. But it's personal thing. I don't want to speak about it because everything has something. But okay, we can start with the this week because this week I worked in the wait a minute, Pete. What are you talking about? Yes, of course. I had to start that on Monday and Tuesday. I had 2 free days. Yay! I was so happy because on Monday I was celebrating my name's day because I'm called Peter, and in Slovak name's day calendar, uh, every 29th of June is about Peter's name's day, and I'm called Peter, and I celebrate it with my family, of course, at home. Don't worry, I don't drink alcohol or something like that. And what else? Yes, people, and and on and what I did, uh, I was relaxing because it was so hot that I couldn't do in the garden. And the last 3 days I work in the afternoon as usual. And on Saturday I had a lot. I did a lot of things. I visited grocery store at like usual because in these days you have to drink a lot of water, and I like to drink mineral water. And then I worked in the garden. I was getting rid of weed in the garden while I was listening my favorite English podcast. And then in the afternoon, I wrote, streamed, and recorded chapter 17 of season 3 of my novel The Vampire Girl Diary. And this chapter 17 was about a lot of crazy, wild, nonsense dialogues um, between characters of my novel. uh, how can I wait a minute? What it was? Yes, of course. The first scene what was about was the first scene was about the dialogue between Peter's brother Pavel and his wife, very beautiful, an attractive, tall brunette vampire, Sophia Ashford. She's the daughter of her parents, the Ashford family, that is the second most richest old aristocratic family from the UK, and they own the second biggest UK bank. And yes, it's only my imagination. It's the fantasy, but it's the part of the fun. And I did it, and I added new characters, and and Sophia tried to show her bank of her parents, and they were flirting with each other. Sophia was strict, and the second scene was about Elena and her new boyfriend Thomas Bennett, the owner of the Bennett's bar, and she tried to be the main face of the bar because until now Vera was the main face, but she wanted to change it, but Thomas didn't want uh, because Vera. Peter, don't destroy something. It's very cheap and it's dangerous to destroy something, and because Vera was the bi- was the best option as the official face of the Bennett's bar, because thanks to her beauty, every man liked to visit the Thomas Bennett's bar, but and Elena wanted to change it, and the next scene was about yes, Peter wanted to go out with his female vampire colleagues, especially with Anya, with the Ukraine vampire girl. Yes, I added her only because I chose this country from the big list of the countries. That's all. Don't worry, people. Non something offensive or personal. And she simply wanted to go out. And then in the second day, the other girls wanted to go out, and Vera could go as the last, because, as you know, Vera gave her boyfriend Peter total freedom. That means Peter could flirt with any girl, like he was single, and Vera, because Vera made a lot of mistakes in the bar. With Peter, what are you talking about? That, don't be shy. Please don't be shy. You can do this. It's no one cares about you. You don't have any audience. Don't worry. It's only about practicing your speaking skills in English. Yes, you can do this. And okay, I simply yes, what I was talking about. Yes, I was talking that Vera made a lot of mistakes in the past. She was very mean to Peter. She was very strict, and she was bossing Peter the whole time. And she decided that as a punishment, Peter can flirt with every girl he wants, like he was alone, uh, and and Vera wanted to go with the Peter out on the date as the last, but she decided that she wants to be his free friend, and she did it. And she and but Peter told her that Vera, you have to behave like the like my friend, not like my girlfriend. And Vera did it because she liked Peter. Of course, she loves Peter, and she did it. And then Vera started to flirt with Peter, and she created the second wild punishment, that she starts to stare at girls, and she wants to have Anya as for her girlfriend. I mean, yes, it sounds crazy. It's crazy, and the main goal of this chapter was to create crazy nonsense things, and because that I like, I mean, that are funny for me, and I did it. And but in the end, so Pavel's wife, or girlfriend, I don't know what she is until now, but I think she is his wife. Sophia Ashford decided that she wants to um, uh, make fool of Vera, because Sophia wanted to act Peter's girlfriend, because Peter has total freedom in the romantic relationship between Peter and his girlfriend Vera, and Sophia wanted to make a fool of Vera, and she wanted to be Peter's girlfriend for one day. And Peter's brother Pavel could be Vera's boyfriend for one day. And this was the end. And I want to continue the next Saturday about this and make another kind of nonsense until I can create something different. But I think it's a good idea, because let's be honest, I'm not a professional novelist. Vera the Vampire Girl Diary, it's not my professional novel. It's a comedy sitcom series, as you know, and I like to make fun of my life. I like to make fun of everything, and I like to create crazy wild dialogues. And I'm joking that that married people like to flirt with their colleagues in work and and with their friends at home and so on in the front of their partners and I'm fascinated of of strong women with a lot of power and Vera is and I'm fascinated of vampire girls of course thanks to the uh, novel by created by Bram Stoker, Dracula, where Dracula, you know who was Dracula? He was the character of the novel Dracula, and I was fascinated by his vampire brides, and I created and I created something similar, as but the story is mine, the characters are mine, and it's a comedy sitcom series. It means every episode is different. And now, until now, I created I think 74 chapters. Yes, because you can count with me. Season 1 has 30 chapters. Season 2 has 28 chapters. Season 3 has now 17 chapters. I think it's 74, but I'm not sure. And I want to continue because it's my hobby. I like to make fun of girls. I like to make fun of everything, but I don't want to be offensive. I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to be offensive. It's simply my hobby to make fun of everything and to create my own universe because I was inspired by Eliška Krasna by Yuka online that she explained us learners of English that we have to practice our writing skills in English and how to do it. We have to we can create our own stories, our own novels in English, and I did it. But yes, I don't write in English. I write in Slovak, but I use the help of Microsoft Copilot as translator, and he can do this perfectly. And it can translate into natural modern English, and I can learn a lot of English vocabulary and from this real English story that is my story. And I'm do this every Saturday, and it's funny. And what else? Yes, and now is Sunday, and this is my Peter Sunday 1 hour Ramble episode. And the next week, I want to stream and record Pip Mode episode Learn English with Peter. You know what this is about. It's about learning English with the help of AI chatbots, especially with Microsoft Copilot, because Microsoft Copilot is my favorite AI chatbot, and I want to learn a lot of and revise a lot of English vocabulary. And I discovered that these kind of episodes are the most popular one. And then I want to stream for 4 days because the next week is the week B when I work in the morning and I can do live streams after work. And I want to do this too. Well, we'll see if I can do this, but I think it's possible because because the length of the every episode of People episode Learn English with Peter has at least has 30 minutes at all. And on Friday is the publication day of Peter's English podcast, where I want to publish the next 8 episodes of Peter's English podcast. Okay, we can change the topic, and I want to talk now about the actual topic. It's called my statistics. Yes, I can talk about statistics because in the last Peter Sunday 1 hour Ramble episode, I told you that I have 4,500 something total views and streams everywhere except YouTube. Now you don't believe me, but on last Sunday I had 5,010 total streams or downloads everywhere except YouTube. Yay! Thank you guys. I'm so happy that you like my podcast. But until 1 week from the last Sunday, until 1 week, I discovered that no one watched or listened to my episodes of Peter's English podcast, and I'm a little sad. Yes, I'm a little sad about it, but I don't care because I'm doing this podcast, and I'm doing Peter's English podcast, and I'm doing my own English novel, The Vampire Girl Diary, at first for me, because it's my hobby. I like to do podcasting. I like to do my own novel, the Vampire Diary. I like to learn English. It's my lifestyle. It's my hobby. I've been learning English since August 2022, and I created my Peter's English podcast for practicing my English, and this is the main goal. And yes, I remember that I started as the story podcast because I wanted to publish my own episodes, but then I realized, Peter, your Peter English podcast has to be about can be about your own stories, but it has to be about practicing your speaking skills in English, and I'm doing this from 15th of June 2024 until now. Yes, and as you know, I celebrate my Peter's English podcast celebrated the second birthday on 15 June because I've been podcasting since 15 June 2024 until now. Yay! Perfect. And yes, people, I celebrated the second birthday on my Peter's English podcast. I celebrated reaching more than 5,000 total streams or downloads everywhere except YouTube, and I celebrated my name's day. Okay, and now I think that other statistics are the same. I want to tell you that that I have 20 hours and 51 minutes of watch time only on Spotify, and the biggest majority of my audience are girls in my age, from Slovakia. Yay! Thank you, girls, and thank you, guys too. And what else? And my biggest country is, the biggest country where people listen to my Peter English podcast is the USA. Yay! 45%. Thank you, guys. The second place is for Vietnam. The third place is for Japan. Fourth place is for Brazil. And the fifth place, only with 3%, is my home country, Slovakia, because I'm from East Slovakia, as you know. I'm guy from East Slovakia. Yes, you have to remember it. And now, okay. And now I can talk about YouTube statistics that are completely the same. I have my YouTube Reels have 6,800 views. My long videos have 4,200 views, and my live streams have 800 views, and it's totally the same. Okay, and now I want to talk about my statistics again, but I want to ramble about my statistics a little because I'm not very happy that my statistics are not growing very fast. I'm not very happy that this week my statistics weren't growing up because I want to inspire people for learning English, and I want to create Peter English podcast community. It's the Peter English podcast community are people who like learning English like me, who are doing their own English podcast and who writing their own English novel for learning English like me. And I want to have audience, of course, but the main goal is practicing my English, is improving my English. Peter English podcast is my playground for practicing my speaking skills in English, but I can have some audience, I can have a lot of followers, and my novel, The Vampire Diary, can be successful because it's funny. And I'm not very happy that my statistics are not growing, that my podcast stopped to grow. But it's not about but I cannot do something with it. I cannot change it. But I would be glad. I think is the right. I wanted to tell you that I would be happy if my podcast starts to grow again. But what can I do? Nothing. Okay, I'll be streaming for 19 minutes. Let's end this. No. Of course, I'm joking. I'm completely joking. I want to talk with you for 1 hour, but I don't know how to continue. What can I talk about you? Yes, Peter, just don't be quiet. Simply talk and talk for 1 hour, like usual. And what else? Yes, I can told you about YouTube that I have 35 followers 45 followers on Spotify, and I have 14. Oh no, what, Peter? What are you talking about? I have 45 followers on YouTube, and I have 14 followers of on Spotify. But my followers uh, didn't enjoy my content, but I think that I wanted to support me, and thank you very much, people. And what else? I'm thinking, people, how to continue with this, because I don't want to escape. I can talk about I don't know. Peter, just don't be quiet. I can talk. I'm thinking what is a good topic. Yes, I think learning English is a very good topic, because there are a lot of people in the that are thinking that learning English it's about talent, and I don't need to speak English, and I don't need to learn English. No, 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 no. You can. It's only about you. Everyone can learn English. Everyone can create your English podcast, and everyone can do uh, their own English novel like me for learning English. Everything is possible. Do you think that I knew in the past that I can do this? I was very shy guy. I didn't have any idea that I can do this in the future. And you can see it's future now, and I can do this for 1 hour. And I like to talk and talk and talk without any kind of preparation, and about every kind of nonsense. And you can do this too. You can create, because learning English it's about speaking in English, and you have to practice your speaking skills in English. And I think the best idea is to starting your own English podcast and do this, because you can choose free podcast hosting like me. I use Spotify for creators because it's free, but you can choose another free options. There are a lot, I think, or you can use the paid options. And and yes, I'm looking forward for the Apple Podcast Connect video. uh, I don't know if you know something about this, because thanks to this new feature, uh, I my Spotify for Creators hosting can send video to Apple Podcast too, and it would be great, because on Apple Podcast I have 11 followers and 7 hours of listening, and it's great. And yes, I can talk now about the operation system. I think it's called in English. The biggest system, the biggest kind of devices are Mac OS. Yes, people, really Mac OS. And the second place is for Windows with 18%. First, Mac OS has 35%, and then is the third place is for Android, and the fourth place is, and the iOS has only 4%. But I'm very happy that people with Mac OS and Windows like my content. And I think that after starting my full HD video podcast on Apple Podcast can improve my statistics, and my podcast can grow more, and my podcast and myself, I can be more successful, and it'll be great. But yes, people can watch me on Spotify and on my YouTube channel. Why not? And yes, I want to tell you, people, don't judge me. Now I want to talk about this topic. People, don't judge me. This means for everyone, for my family, for my colleagues, for everyone. No, no, you cannot stop me learning English. You cannot stop me podcasting. You cannot stop me learning English in general. It's my thing. It's my business. Do not care, please. If you hate my work, if you want to judge me, yes, you can go see behind my back. I don't care about you. But if you like my content, follow me everywhere, and read my novel, The Vampire Diary. You can find it on my Wattpad, and you can find it on my website, petersenglishpodcast.com. But I would be glad if I and yes, I can continue that. If you want to be my friend or my girlfriend or something like that, at first you have to be English learner like me. You have to like learning English, and learning English has to be your lifestyle. That means you like watching movies and series in English. You like listening to English podcasts for learners of English like me. You have to have your own English podcast because I want to connect with people like me, and you like to create your own English novel for learning English. You are not novelist because I'm not novelist, but who knows? I can imagine that my novel, the Vampire Diary, can be one day published as real book. And it can be everywhere. And I can imagine that I can sell license of for big studios. It can be very good comedy, sitcom, movie, game, everything. Yes, I can earn billions of dollars. Yeah, okay, I'm joking, people. I don't care about money at all because life is not about earning money. Life is about be happy, is about health, and it's about the people you love, of course. Money are not important, and if you are thinking where to invest your money, please invest your money into yourself, not into money. Learn English, do something with yourself if you are happy, if you are health, and and you are and you don't have work. And everyone else who is everyone can learn English, and thanks to learning English you can open a lot of doors. Imagine this, where you can be thanks to learning English. You can have better paid job, you can travel around the world, you can have new friends, new girlfriend from another country, or from your country, because you know, if you are start to work in foreign country, you can meet a lot of new people from the whole world. You can connect with them, you can have fun with them, and who cares? And yes, and who cares if you and yes, you can do this, everyone can do this. It's about only about you. Don't listen to people who are judging you that you don't do that. But yes, if you can find a new job in your country, but learning English, thanks to learning English, you can have better paid job in your country. Why not? It's possible. But and yes, thanks to practicing your English in your podcast, you can improve your English skills. You can improve your speaking skills. You can improve your appearance. You can be more self-aware, and so on. I think it's a good idea, and everyone can do this. Yes, you don't need to record yourself for like me for 1 hour. Record yourself for 10 minutes, and your stories doesn't need to have 20,000 words. It can be 500 words. Why not? It's not about the length. It's about the content of chapters. It's about the content of the novel, and I like funny stories, and I like to in my novel, The Vampire Diary. It's a comedy sitcom parody, and Vera symbolizes uh, my imaginary girlfriend that is strict, bossy. She likes to command everyone, give orders, and Peter has to do everything what Vera command. Peter has to wash hands like Vera wants, and it's the part of the fun. But I was thinking, Peter, Vera cannot be so strict. It's your fear. Vera symbolizes your fear of your future girlfriend or something like that. Yes, and I decided that Vera has to be supportive a little in the funny way, and I did it. Vera is now is a little supportive. She is funny. She is strict. She likes to bossing everyone. She likes to bossing her boyfriend Peter, but she tries to be playful and flirtatious. And yes, she's attractive. She can have a lot of and she gave Peter total freedom. Peter can flirt with girls how she wants. Perfect. Because my opinion is that a romantic relationship is about trust between partners. You cannot command your partner. Don't look at girls. Don't stare at them. No, it's about trust between partners, and this is the main goal of my novel, The Vampire Diary. But it's not the main goal of my novel. Is simply it's a parody about my life. It's parody about girlfriends. It's parody about family relationship, romantic relationship between man and girl, and and I simply like to create crazy wild stories, crazy wild dialogues, crazy wild scenes. And I did it, and I did it. And no one can judge me about this because it's my thing. And I don't care in general about you and and so on. And I want to continue because it's my hobby. And as you can see, I've been streaming and recording for 30 minutes without any kind of problem. And some people can can gossip behind my back. How can Peter do this? He's great. Yes, it's not. I'm not talented. I simply practice because if you want to be successful, you have to be motivated. Yes, I'm motivated because it's my hobby. Yes, but I started that I can change my life, and now it's my hobby, and it can be your hobby too. You simply have to start. It's not a problem. It's not problem for you, and it cannot be a problem. And it's not about talent. It's about practicing, and don't panic if your English learning journey is too slow. No, you have to do the. It's not a running. It's a marathon. It's your hobby until the end of your life. It's not the finish of your English learning journey that now I'm in finish and don't stop do this and do something else. No, it's your hobby, it's your lifestyle. You have to do this for your whole life because it's your hobby. You like to do this. And yes, people, I don't watch into my webcam because it's scary. I'm scared of my webcam. Yes, I'm scared because humans like to watch into each other faces while they are talking with each other, and I can do this thanks to. And yes, my hair are great. Okay, Peter, you can continue. You look perfectly. Just continue, and you're doing fine. Yes, I have to do. And yes, some people can tell Peter, why are you talking with yourself like idiot? No, it's my thing, and I like to make fun of myself, and I like to make fun, and I like to make fool of myself. It's the part of my comedy routine, and yes, you can see now that thanks to it, I found a great lifestyle that can everyone can do this. Everyone, if you and yes, how you can learn how and yes, how to start. You have to start with the listening because you have to listen a natural English, how it's spoken. You can listen to my favorite English podcast that you can find in my link tree. My favorite one is still now it's free like usual, because I want to celebrate my favorite podcasters, and my first favorite one is Luke's English Podcast. Yay! Luke's English Podcast is about British English, and main host is English teacher Luke Thompson. He is from the UK, from London, and his English podcast is about natural British English, how it's spoken, and you can enjoy Luke's interviews with his guests and family, his Ramble episodes, his storytelling episodes where he reads, acts, and teaches English vocabulary, and you can support him with LEP Premium, that is about Luke's teaching on natural British English. You can charge if you want. And the second one is all its English podcast. It's American English podcast. You can listen to American natural English conversations because between American English native speakers. And the third one is Speak English podcast now with Georgiana. You can practice your English thanks to American English podcast, and Georgiana is perfect English teacher from the USA, and you can listen to her too, her podcast. I mean, and you can support them. I mean, all is English or Speaking English podcast now or Luke's English podcast with thanks to paying for the pay service if you want, of course. And I talk about Vyuka online, and I want to talk about jazykovimentoring.sk. You can use their free video how to learn English, or you can pay for the paid service. I don't use it, but you can use it if you want. Okay, now don't think that apps can learn you English. No, it's not learning every kind of English, and every kind of language is not about using one app. You have to practice your listening skills, because you have to practice your listening skills. And how to do this? Simply download podcast app, use my podcast apps, and you can do everything at home. You can cook, you can wash dishes, you can work in the garden while are you listening your favorite English podcast, and you don't need to listen the whole episode. You can simply pause. If you want to stop, you can pause, and podcast app can remember it. No problem now, and you can continue, and you can enjoy yes, and and okay. And why to do this? And yes, I can. I had to tell you, there is a big world of English content. There are a lot of English podcasts in the world. There are a lot of English movies, series, and you can enjoy. You can listen to and read in the same time. I mean, ebooks plus audiobooks, because there are a lot of English audiobooks, and you can choose, buy something, and choose, and you can practice your reading skill. Because except you have to start with listening skills, because you have to listen to natural English, how it's spoken. You have to know how real English sounds. Yes, people looks at from Look English podcast, and I think he's right. And every normal English teacher or English learner can explain you that the best home for practicing your real English. I mean, the best home for practicing your the natural not what people are talking about. I wanted to tell you that the best home for practicing your listening skills, if you want to listen to natural English, how it's spoken, use English podcasts. Yes, you can use uh, sitcoms but you can. But the best thing is listen to natural English podcasts. You can use my for learners of English; they are great. And then you have to practice your reading skills, and you can listen to audiobooks in English while you are reading. Then you have to listen to your uh, your writing skills. And I explained you that create your own novel, create your own world, create your own universe, and have fun. And the band and it can be about every kind of nonsense. The main thing is that you like to do this, and you can improve your English with this. Okay, and yes, use AI chatbots. Use AI chatbots for learning English. There are great English teachers. They can help you. You can chat with them like with real people in English. But and and they can find every interesting information from the internet. But people, AI chatbots weren't created for replacing people. They were created as our creative partners. You have to use them as your creative partners. They cannot be your real friends. No, use them. Use them for learning English. They are great. And don't worry. Yes, imagine you are entering your personal information about you on the internet the whole time. You Why are you scrolling the internet? Why are you why are you trying to find something on Google, and so on? And I think that the best idea is entering your personal information into the chats of chatbots. Yes, you don't need to tell them to tell chatbots your personal information if you don't want. Okay, don't do this. But you can have something from this. You can practice you can practice your chatting in English. You can call them. I mean, with the AI chatbots and trained real English situation from the world, from the real life in English. You can do this, yes, but people don't believe that AI chatbots were created for replacing humans, and they can be self-aware and blah 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 and another nonsense. It's not possible. We don't know how human brain works. Do you think that companies are evil, that wanted to create something evil? Don't be funny. Don't be ridiculous. It's nonsense. AI chatbots you can use as your creative partners, as a tool for learning English. It's really useful. Use this. It really works. And don't trust conspiracy theories, please, because the whole internet is full of conspiracy theories. I don't like when someone uh, believe every kind of nonsense from the internet. Please, people, use your brains. Use your brains and 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 learn. Okay, I've been streaming for 40 minutes. I'm so great. I'm so great, like usual. And I want to speak in English for the and do this Peter Sunday 1 hour Ramble episode the next 20 minutes. It's not a problem. I can do this. And what else? Yes, I want. Uh, and yes, I can explain you why I wanted to create, why I choose Viera, because some people can tell, oh, Peter, you have chosen the name of something from and somebody or a girl from your real life. No, I simply found this name Viera on in the Slovak names day calendar, and I chose because Slovak names Slovak names are simply very popular. Every woman can be called Vera. Every man can be called Peter. Every man can be called Pavel. It's normal in Slovakia, and I simply chose this name because I like this name for my main character. And Vera, is a female vampire, young female vampire from Slovakia, and she symbolizes my fear of my imaginary girlfriend because as I said before, she is she bossing Peter. She likes flirting with boys. She likes flirting with girls. She is simply, yes, I'm fascinated of female vampires, and she's female vampire, and I'm as fascinated that I want to tell you that I like that she can bite me. She's dangerous, but a little dangerous, but she's sweet, and I like to make fun of this of the of Viera and of my life and so on. It was a very good idea, but I'm not very happy that people that people didn't listen my podcast, that people didn't know something about my novel, the Veparko Diary. But yes, I'm so happy that Viera is has the second biggest uh, watching or listening time on Spotify. I'm so happy. And yes, I don't know about other podcast apps. I know about statistics of YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts, and Bob's Your Uncle. And I don't know anything else about another ones. And but okay, I simply want that my statistics are start to grow again, that I have more followers on YouTube, because I thought that thanks to my peep mod episode, picture in picture, where you can see a little picture of myself on my webcam with my face, and the biggest with the chat with AI chatbots, or of my real story, because I created two kind of peep mod episode. The first is Learn English with Peter. It's about learning English. It's about practice. It's about learning English with AI chatbots, and AI chatbots symbolizes my English teacher. But yes, I hired my own English teacher. You can do this too. Yes, of course. If you can pay, please, people, for your own English teacher. It's a great idea. It's a good it's a good spend money for something useful. It's better than drinking alcohol or smoking cigarettes. It's better. Yes, you can use the money for practicing your English. You can socialize with English teachers, but you can improve your English. It's all about this, and you can do this too. Okay, and I'll be streaming for 43 minutes. And yes, people, and oh, outside it's a little grow, but it's not night. Oh yes, it can be night. It's 1952 in my village in Slovakia. Sunday. But who cares? Okay, what I wanted to tell you. Yes, people, simply learn English. Learning English can open you a lot of doors. And don't think that you don't need to learn English. Why? We like the the biggest language of the internet is English. There are a lot of English content that you can enjoy. It's for free. Yes, English podcasts are for free, but you can pay for streaming services, and you can watch movies and series in English. But in, now I want to tell my opinion about watching movies. The movies movies can be simple, and the interview and the dialogues can be simple too, and the content of these movies can be simple. But I think, oh, but that, I hope that you can, yeah, yes, you can listen to me, Peter. Don't stop. I wanted to simply tell you that I think that sitcoms are the best watching material, because there are a lot of natural English how it's spoken, and you can learn a lot. And but I think that the best uh, material for listening natural English are English podcasts. What else? What else? And thanks to learning English, you don't need to watch movies into TV. You don't need simply watch movies or sports. Yeah, because you can watch sports, okay, but I wanted to tell you that you are not the slave of Slovak or Czech or another TVs from the countries. You can enjoy a big world of English content, and you can create your own English content. You can be You can be podcaster. You can create your own podcast. You can create your own English novel for fun, just for fun, and create your own podcast just for fun. Okay, and now I'm feeling right like a monk in the during his speech during the Sunday. During the Sunday in the church. But yes, it's I wanted to practice my speaking skills in English, and I've been speaking for 46 minutes, and I want to listen to. Yes, I'm listening myself. Yes, I wanted to talk and talk about every kind of nonsense for 1 hour, and I can do this without any problem because I'm professional podcaster. Yes, I'm joking. Yeah, I'm not, but as you can see, everything is about practice, and I can talk and talk about everything. And I just need to create a topic that I can talk about, but it's not problem. I don't need to prepare myself for these live streams, and I wanted to see that now. This heating wave escaped away from Slovakia, and now it's great in my room. I'm not sweating. I don't have problems with talking. I don't have problems with waters, and I feel okay. But I remember that the last Peter Sunday 1 hour Ramble episode was a little uh, fun because I was sweating a lot. It was very hot in my room. It was 40 degrees, and as you know, in continental Europe during the summers, if it's when it's 41 degrees, it's in Slovakia, and in Europe it's this dry, very hot air, and it's like in the stove. Yes, and I was simply scared that if I can uh, speak in English for 1 hour. Yes, I was very sweaty, but I did it. But now it's everything good. I'm feeling okay, and I want to simply uh, talk for 1 hour without any kind of preparation. And I've been streaming for 48 minutes, and I can do this again because I need only 12 minutes. And Bob's your uncle. Okay, I simply wanted to tell you that people don't use apps for learning English. Simply use these method that I learn, that I use, and it can work. But everything is about motivation. Yes, it's about motivation, and then it's about the routine. Because if you and yes, you have to listen to you have to practice your listening for every day, not but you don't need to listen the whole episode. You can listen a few minutes, but you have to do this for every day. For every day, it's important, and you have to practice, and you have to regularly practice everything in English, and because you cannot only practice English grammar the whole time. Because I remember that when I started to learn English, I only before I discovering Slovak English and Czech English learning platforms, I only practice my English grammar. It was funny to do this. I like to do this. But then I discovered, Peter, you have to practice your listening skills, your speaking skills, and everything else. And I started to do this since I'm not doing, and I've been doing this since August 2023 until now, and it works. And you can do this too. And simply trust yourself, do this. And no one can stop you. No one can stop you, and nothing can stop you. Do this at all cost. It's about you. It's about your dream. It's about you. It's about yourself. You can do this. And Peter, don't destroy micro your microphone. You cannot watch. You cannot see this. But I using my dynamic mic, Shure MV6. It's connected to my boom arm, Rode PSA1, and I feel. And yes, I'm thanks to Microsoft Copilot. Now I can enjoy my radio presenter voice, and it's great. And now in this moment I feel like a radio presenter in the real radio show, and it's great. And yes, I'm feeling like the monk in the church during Sunday, and like radio presenter in the same time. And these feelings are great. And I'm so proud of myself that I can do this regularly, and nothing can stop me because it's my hobby. And yes, I'm moving with my hands like idiot. But who cares? It's my business, people. I don't care about your opinions. You can simply support me with positive comments, with following, with reading, with enjoying my content. But okay, please don't judge me in the badly way. If you want to comment only in English, only about something, please write something positive. And no, I don't want to chat with you during internet. We found reason because I like learning English, and I don't want to stop my dream because of you for no reason. But we can do live streams together in my home, and we can. And yes, I can now. The good topic is because, as you know, I have three kind of episodes. The first is people episode Learn English with Peter. It's about chatting with and learning English with AI chatbots. The second is Peep Mode episode about Vera's universe. Yes, it's about my novel. And the third one is Peter Sunday 1 hour Ramble episode, and it's the main goal is simply I want to survive and improvise and ramble in English about every kind of nonsense for 1 hour. This is the main thing, and I can do this. It's a yes, and I like to do this. And if I want, I can start every kind of topics and so on. And yes, and what else? I could simply talk about people. Do you watch FIFA World Cup or other sports like Formula One? I don't watch football these times. I can tell you only my opinion that football is boring now for me because I don't like this sport. There is only one sport that I regularly watch. It's Formula One. Yes, and because this sport, I think that no. The main thing is that this sport is fast and it's interesting and it's not so often. Yes, it's. But okay, I don't want to talk about sport because it's not my hobby anymore. My main hobby is learning English, and now I can talk about the fourth kind of episodes, and the fourth kind of topic, or the fourth kind is Peter's talk show. Yes, in the future I can create Peter's talk show. What is it about? I am dreaming that Peter's talk show it's about funny, free interview with my guests and friends, but I want to talk in English, of course, the whole time, and the guests can be my friends or somebody who is English native speaker or is learner of English like me. But it has to be somebody that has no problem with publishing this kind of episodes, because I don't want to see that I create 1 hour or 2 or 3 hours. That I can create 3 hour interview with somebody, and this person realize, oh, Peter, please delete it. I don't want to publish it. And what else? It's a waste of time then. Yes, for me. Yes, because yes, I don't want to spend time with somebody. If I'm doing my podcast, it's the best idea how to socialize with learners of English like me, who are owners their own English podcasts and their own English novel. we can socialize with our live streams together and I can, yes, and and we can podcast together. We you can be I can be you can be my guest, or I can be your guest, and so on. But the main thing is that we can socialize, we can have fun, it doesn't need to be English lesson at all. We can simply talk and talk in English. Simply we have to have fun in English during our live streams, and I think it's possible to do this one day. Yes, and yes, I don't have more than one dynamic mic and one boom arm, but I can use my condenser mic, Logitech Blue Yeti, but it's so sensitive that it can record everyone from my house. And yes, I can buy the second mic, or two mics. I mean two dynamic mics. But they I have to buy. In this case, I cannot use two or three dynamic mics with USB. Why? Because my notebook cannot can has because I have to connect this. Because I had to buy two or more dynamic microphones with cellular connection, and I have to connect it all to the audio device, and this audio device I have to connect to my to my laptop. And I think because again, AI chatbots explained to me, I mean Microsoft Copilot explained to me, Peter, you can use only one dynamic mic with USB connection with your laptop. It cannot record more one it cannot record one audio uh, aud- audio file, and it cannot simply create one video file with the same audio. And yes, the best thing, the best idea is simply I have to buy, if I want to have Peter's talk show, I can use condenser mic, Logitech Blue Yeti, or I can buy. But I don't have any guests until now. But yes, I can start with my condenser mic, and then in the future I can buy two dynamic mics with cellular connection and with the audio device. But it's the future. It's not about this, but it's my dream. But I want to connect with the world thanks to my podcast. I want to continue with my podcast. It's my hobby. And okay, people, I've been streaming for 57 minutes. I'm great again. And okay, I want to talk with for the last 5 minutes and Bob's your uncle. What I can talk about? I simply like to talk and talk, as you can see, and everyone can do this. It's only about practicing. Don't worry. Trust yourself. Don't listen to anyone. Don't listen to some or okay. And yes, you have to think in English. Don't care about doing grammar mistake. It's not important because yes, it can stop. It can stop you if somebody starts to judge you. But I don't think that normal English native speakers start to judge your grammar. Not worry. Simply open your mouth, create your own English podcast, and start to practice. I think it's better than speaking in the front of the mirror. It sounds strange, but if you create your own English podcast, you can speak with the world. You can connect with everyone in the world. You can. And I was inspired by Luke's English podcast when Luke said, "People, create your own podcast and create international English podcast community." But I want to end this live stream with positive comment that I simply, yes, people, now it's the time for a positive comment. I simply discovered why my Peep Mode episodes, Learn English with Peter, are so popular. It's not about Microsoft Copilot. It's not about his teaching. I simply, it's about myself. It's about my charisma. It's about my personal. It's about me. And I added my soul, my voice to and I simply changed the boring English, and I simply changed boring English into fun and crazy reality show called Learn English with Peter, and I simply added my voice to AI chatbot. because yes, AI chatbot can generate text and everything, but I added my soul, I added to my voice, and I'm so and my podcast is growing thanks to myself, thanks to my personality, and I'm so proud of myself that I discovered how that people like me, people like my voice, people like my soul, people like my humor, people like my jokes and so on, and I'm great, and I'm so happy. But you can discover Peter's 1 hour Ramble episodes. You can discover Viera. Uh, you can discover my novel, Weird Vampire Diary. Yes, the first chapters of season 1 can be a little boring, but I want to keep it as the part of the history and the part of the fun. Okay, I'll be streaming for 1 hour, and now it's time for the uh, with my own slogan. Learn English, be successful, change your life, open a lot of doors, create your own podcast, write your own novel. You don't need to be talented because learning English is for everyone. And yes, people, it's really true. Now, what else? It's the end. It's the end of this 1 hour of my Peter Sunday 1 hour Ramble episode. I did it again, and I'm so proud of myself. And you can do this too. And my last week was very hard in my life, but it's my personal thing. I don't want to talk. Only we can. I don't want to talk about this because no one can. It's my personal thing. But as you can see, I did it again. I did it again. And continue with your dreams. Don't stop learning English because something big happened in your life. No, simply do this at all cost because it's thanks to it. Because you like to do this. Learning English is it's my life. It's my lifestyle, and without it, I yes, it's very important to me. It's my part of my life. It's part of me, and I like learning English. I like watching movies and series in English. I like listening to my favorite English podcasts and audiobooks. I like doing my Pictures English podcast, and I like to write my novel, The Vampire Diary. It's my lifestyle, and I want to fight for my lifestyle at all cost. And nothing and no one can stop me. You cannot stop me. Nothing can stop me. And I'm prepared for battle. I mean, for battle uh, for my learning English. Okay, people. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And I want to tell you, bye bye.